It's borderline impossible to save money. Like, especially if you're already like sacrificing, like not going out as much, not doing this, and that. Like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to save money and not eating, not getting gas for my car, not getting tissue paper, paper towels for my apartment? Like, where am I supposed to save the money at? Like, really, you just need to make more money, which is like also a hard thing. Like, now you got to think, okay, what can I possibly do to make some more money? And then 9 times out of 10, before you make some money, you're gonna have to invest some money so that you can start making some more money. And it's like, dang, like, what am I supposed to do? Like, honestly, what am I supposed to do? Like, saving money is borderline impossible. Oh yeah, and then you got to eat. Like, what am I supposed to do? Not eat? Like, yeah, you can cook at home all the time, but doing it every single night is like also unrealistic. Like, you still have to buy food out sometimes in the week. Like, how, like, saving money is impossible. Like,
let's be serious for a moment. Trust me, I get it. Saving money in this economy is not easy. But I do believe that it is possible. It is very much possible. In today's video, we are going to talk about how to get better at saving money. Trust me, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it too. So let's get into how I was able to save $10,000 in just 1 year. Understanding why savings feels hard for you. Contrary to popular belief, there is an emotional side to saving money. I mean, it could be from fear, past money mistakes, the culture, listen, trying to keep up with the Joneses or whomever the Joneses are, and even your unbelief. I've told the story a million times. Before I started saving money, I didn't even believe that I was able to save money. So therefore, I didn't even try. I looked at the number, $1,000, even $500, and I just already thought to myself, this is impossible for me to do because my current state is I do not have money after my paycheck. So how can I save money when I don't even have anything left, right? I gotta eat, right? Isn't that what homegirl said? I gotta eat. I have to spend my money on my bills, etc., etc. So the first thing that we have to do is we have to understand why it's hard for us before we can get to actually saving. The second thing is you have to shift your mindset from restriction to freedom. Saving money gives you freedom. It allows you to be able to take care of emergencies, but it also gives you freedom to do other things as well. Saving for a vacation, saving for retirement, right? Saving for the things that you want and need. It gives you freedom to be able to do those things. But the saving part is where the discipline comes in. And while you are making sacrifices to be able to save towards those things, you know in your future self, freedom is available. So now I'm going to give you some practical strategies that helped me to save money and how to save it consistently. So the first things first, automate your savings. Very, very, very important. Now, I will tell you, okay, when you automate those savings, I'm going to sing it to the rooftop. Do not go in your savings and transfer it back to your checking. Automate the savings and let it sit and leave it alone. I think sometimes what happens is, and this is what I used to think, I took the money and it was automatically saved in my savings account. But in my mind, I wasn't thinking like, okay, this is my savings and it's going to grow. I was thinking I have this money saved to the side so that I can spend it on something else that I want to spend it on. So the whole mindset shift is in everything it is that we do. So automate the savings. Do not transfer that money back to your checking account to spend. Name your savings. Labeling your savings makes it easier for you to stay committed. And this is something that I do and I have found it to be very helpful. If you know anything about me and this is not your first time here, you know that I label my checking accounts. I label everything: bills account, spending account, mortgage account, so that I know exactly what that money is for. And the same thing goes for my savings. I have a sinking funds where all of my money is labeled. That is if it is home savings. That's if it is toiletry savings. If it is a bill that I may have in the future, like for example, I have my car registration, that is labeled. So then that way it's going to be easier for me to leave the money there, and I'm not going to go into that bucket and take the money out, and it is labeled and I know exactly what it is for. So if you do want an example of how that even works, I have tons of saving videos here on my channel where I talk about sinking funds, how to set money aside for the future, and then also I have videos for just how to save money and just how to make sure that you have your accounts labeled. So labeling and naming your savings is going to be key, okay? The 24 or 48 hour rule, this is how you can avoid impulse spending. So you see something that you want and you want to buy it. So instead of just going ahead and buying it, you can put it in your cart. And if you are still thinking about that said thing within 24 to 48 hours, then you can go ahead and purchase it. Now, I will tell you that that only sometimes works. Sometimes we continue to think about those things that we want. And while we're in a season where it's probably not a wise idea to purchase it, just because you're still thinking about it after 48 hours, you still shouldn't buy it. So this only works sometimes, but I'm going to give you something that you can do practical for if you are still thinking about it, but you know you shouldn't be spending any money at this time. What I would do is take that said item, put it in the cart, and you act as if you're going to check out. You see totally how much that purchase is for. Let's say it's for $94.48. So you take that $94.48, you go into your savings account, you go into your spending account, you take that amount and you move it to your savings account. So you're going to see two things. You're going to see your money decrease in your checking account, which you're going to be able to see like, okay, if I do spend that money, my account is going to decrease by this much. But then you're also going to see in your savings account, wow, I now have an additional $94 in my savings account. And if I just leave it here, I'm going to continue to grow in my savings. Now, after you do that exercise, if you take that money from that savings account and actually spend it on the said item, you may need to go all the way back to number one to understand why it is hard for you to save money. Because then at that point, you don't have any discipline and there's a real problem there that you need to figure out. You need to figure out why must you have this said item so bad to where it will have you go into your future and purchase an item that's not even really that important. A lot of the times once we purchase these items, it doesn't even mean that much now that we have it in our possession. So make sure you do the 24 to 48 hour rule. It works sometimes. If it doesn't, then you go to that exercise that I just talked about.
Y'all have in y'all savings account? Do you even have a savings account? Because at this point, people in their 20s and their 30s, we surviving off of prayer. We literally getting by off a prayer. Anytime we even try to get a little bit of money in our savings account, here comes something, a bill due. It's like the world just the atmosphere, the air outside can just smell when you're trying to get ahead in life. And it's just like the world is definitely changing. Like everything is expensive. Inflation is going up. Like you breathe and you owe somebody $5,000. Like I'm not even lying right now. Like, so I just want to know, like, if you're in your 20s, 30s, and to be honest, like even 40s, I seen a video, like how much money do you even have in your savings account? Crazy thing about it is, when's the last time you had extra money that you could literally just sit on and didn't owe a bill, didn't owe somebody, or didn't have to put it towards something to catch up on a bill or anything of that nature?
That is very interesting. And that goes into my next point. It is important that you budget first and you spend later. A lot of the times we are looking for extra money to save, when if you were budgeting, then you would put money to pay that said bill that you have. A lot of the times bills do not catch a lot of us off guard. There are some bills that may come that you really don't know about, but a lot of the times you know all of the bills it is that you have to pay. So When you complete that budget, that bill should already be in your budget. And then you're putting sinking funds in your budget. So then that way you're not caught off guard too many times with bills that come up. What happens is sometimes we have quarterly bills, we have annual bills that we forget about, and we're not saving along the way, so that when that bill does come up, that we have the money to save it. So when it comes up, we act as if it is a surprise. And, oh, I can't save money because I have this surprise car registration that I know is due every September of every year. But because I haven't been saving towards it, I now have to take $300 out of my regular paycheck to pay this, and I don't have any money to save. So it is important to budget first so that you have less and less and less amounts, or less and less and less surprise bills that we have to pay. And if we are owing someone, like a person, then that just means that we are really not doing the best that we can to budget our money and to plan for the future. So while I totally understand what she means, every time you try to do something, they call it Murphy's Law, something is bound to happen. But what I will encourage you to do is do not give up automatically as soon as that thing happens, because I guarantee you it's going to happen. As soon as you put in your mind, I'm going to start saving money, you're then going to need 4 tires. This happened to me. I'm talking about like what happened to me. I needed 4 tires and I was like, what? That's a whole $800. But guess what? I didn't stop, because what's going to happen is after that, maybe something else might happen and you take care of that, but you never stop, because at the end of the day, something's not going to keep coming up all of the time. So if you stay the course and continue saving money, make sure that you are budgeting first and you're putting everything in that zero-based budget, okay? So that you're not getting caught off guard. And you can continue to have money in your savings account. You got this, girl. You can do it. Trust me. Because if I could do it, you could do it too. Number 3, I'm going to give you some emotional hacks for you to stay motivated. So creating a visual savings tracker is really, really, really helpful. And it's something that I do. And I have a tracker that I use as I am saving money. And it stays in my savings binder. So as I am completing my savings, I'm able to check off a certain number, a dollar amount that I have saved. It really, really, really motivates me. So I will encourage you to do that. Whatever that tracking system is for you, if it is a checklist, if you have it on a big whiteboard, if you have it on your refrigerator, if you have it on your mirror in your bathroom, just somewhere where you can see where you're able to check off. It's almost like a to-do list, right? You feel fulfilled. You feel like you've done something amazing, and it really helps to keep you motivated. So definitely having that visual savings tracker is going to be T. Isn't that what they say, T? And I do want to go back to the video. I know I'm like late, but I just thought about it because I know that the young lady talked about people being in their 20s and 30s and really struggling to save money. Baby, let me tell you, it goes from the 40s to the 50s and the 60s. It is not just the 20s. It is everybody. We're all out here trying to make it with a prayer. You would think that by the time you hit your 40s, that you have everything figured out. And I'm here to tell you that that's not really the case. We struggle at all ages in life. And so just be encouraged, 20 and 30-year-old. If you are learning about budgeting or you're learning about your finances early, you are in an amazing space, because we're all still struggling after our 30s. Number 2, I will encourage you to set mini goals and celebrate your wins. That is going to be very, very, very important, to celebrate yourself when you have saved a certain amount of money. Some people need celebration throughout the journey. Some people they don't need the celebration until the end. I will encourage you to celebrate yourself. Go back and look. What I did last year, and I found it to be very helpful, and I think I did it the year before, is I did quarterly check-ins. That way I was able to see how much money I have been saving along the way. Sometimes when you're saving $100, every week or every 2 weeks, you're probably thinking that you're not making much gain. But when you're doing that check-in every quarter, you're able to see like, wow, I was only saving $50 every 2 weeks or $100 every 2 weeks, but now I'm up to $1,000. I'm up to $2,000. Like, wow, it literally blows your mind. It blew my mind, and it definitely kept me motivated. So once I was able to save over $10,000, I know I can save $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. The world, I can do whatever it is that I want to do. What do they say? The stars the limit, or sky's the limit. Okay. Sky's the limit. I can save as much money as I want to save as long as I am focused, motivated, and disciplined. Period. The next and last emotional hack that I want to give you to stay motivated is to find an accountability partner. This is going to be tea, okay? If you can find an accountability partner to keep you on track, that is going to be gold. It is going to be amazing. I have had many accountability partners along my journey, and I notice whenever I don't have one, that's when I am the least focused and it takes me longer to reach my goals. And for the longest, you guys are always and have been my accountability partner. So I have multiple. I have you guys, I have friends that we have check-ins with, and we're updating each other on our savings goals and other goals as well. But having an accountability partner is absolutely gold. And with that being said, I do want to let you guys know about the BFF exclusive community. We have now a community, a membership. So if you are interested, I will encourage you to check the link below. But we do have accountability pods. And with that, that is where we are holding one another accountable to meeting the goals it is that we have. So whether that's a savings goal, a debt goal, a budgeting goal, how to manage your money better goal, whatever goal it is, we have these accountability meetings where we keep each other on track. And then I'm also answering any questions to help people to get over these humps. So if you are interested in the BFF exclusive community, the link is down below, and I hope to see you there. And then the last thing is just to make it fun and sustainable. The bottom line is managing money is not fun. I mean, it's fun to me, but to other people, it just may not be that exciting of a thing, right? Budgeting is not fun. To some people, saving money is not fun. To some people, paying off debt is not fun. To some people, I have learned so much to fall in love with the process that it is 100% fun for me. But if you're not me, if you're not Budget Treasures, if you're not Jasmine, it's probably not fun for you. But try your very best to make it fun. And the way that you do that is by joining the BFF exclusive community. Okay. And that's also where we're recognizing besties for doing a good job. I mean, just all the things that we've talked about in this video, but have like a no spend challenge. I do no spend challenges all the time. I'm actually gearing up for one in the month of April. So join me, please. But I'm having no spend challenges all the time. There are other challenges as well that you can have, savings challenges. But of course, we're talking about savings. So create that savings challenges. And that is with the no spend challenge. That will help you to be able to save money. It makes it fun. When you have that accountability partner, you can go back and say, hey, sis, I saved $100 by using my savings challenge, etc. Okay. So make it fun and sustainable. And the last thing is to shift your focus. That is going to be important. If I've said nothing else in this video, your focus has to shift. You have to do whatever it is that you have to do. And I'm going to go back to number one, understanding why it is tough for you to save money, or why it's hard for you to get into the mindset of saving money. You have to do whatever it is that you have to do within whatever is happening with you. Find the problem and then find the solution. And it's going to need to be with a mindset shift. You have to shift your focus on the things that are important. So that is it. That is everything. I hope that everything that I've said today will help you to get better at saving money. It is essential in this season, in this time. It's actually always been essential. So, I mean, whether we're in a good economy or a bad economy, it's always a good idea to save money. So once again, I hope that all these tips have helped. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Make sure that you guys are subscribed to the channel. Subscribe. Make sure that you have your notification bells on so that you know anytime that I record a new video. Subscribe to the channel and I will see you in the next one. Go be great, besties. Peace out.
You're special and she reckless. Remember, you're my bestest friend. Yeah, she my bestie. My love for you is endless. Nobody else can end it. And when I get the money back, then baby girl, you can spend it. And everything is